name's Rick Pasek, the Fly Fish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today we'll be doing a little Stillwater Nymph. It's just a small little scud leech type pattern. It's a kind of a hybrid of the two. This one uses pretty well all Hens products. So Hens is a company I recently got on with on Pro Staff. They're based out of Czechoslovakia. I've loved their materials for a long time. If you guys have watched my my videos in the last 3-4 years here, you guys know how much I love the Hens materials. They're just great. Their hooks are excellent. Their Marabou, their Scudback, everything I've used from them has been very good. I haven't found anything yet that I haven't liked. That being said, I haven't tried everything. So, yeah, so this is going to be using all Hens products other than the Hackle. Other than that, everything else is Hens products. And yeah, it's a really good little pattern. It can cut the tail really short to imitate a scud, leave the tail long to kind of imitate a dragon or a leech. It's kind of one of those little bit of everything type patterns. And I just I did my little change in some of the materials because I just like the effect that the Hens Pearl Scudback gives and so on. And the Marabou in a Hens Marabou just flows so well. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's get tying. Well, hello everyone. My name is Rick Pasek. I'm the Fly Fish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today we will be tying a little Stillwater Nymph. Super easy, super simple to tie. It's a good one for beginners. It's one that you can really learn from because it's got multiple little techniques in it. So just be patient because there's a few little things that can go wrong. But again, it's a good one to learn on. It's not the simplest in the world, but it's a good one to learn on. So little Stillwater Nymph. Alrighty. So in the vise today, we have a Rex FW581 in a size 12. We are going to be using some Semperfli Nano Silk in 12-aught olive. We're also going to be using some Semperfli Classic Waxed in an 8-aught watery olive. We're going to be using some Hens Pearl Scudback. We're going to be using some Hens Marabou. This is a light olive. You can also use a brown or a dark olive or a regular olive. And we're going to be using some Hens Hair Dubbing Plus in the, this one right here, number 20. It's a light olive. Okay. And that's it. Pretty standard. Like I said, it can be a little difficult, but it's a good one to learn on. So first things first, because it's nano silk or other silks, wax your thread or put a dab of crazy glue on your hook, whatever you like. And get your tying thread on to about the bend of the hook. Don't go around the bend. Come back forward. And then I'm going to grab my Marabou. And I'm just going to take about 2 finger widths off the feather. So, and then I just rip it and I fold it over and I tear it off the one side and fold it over and tear it off. So that gives me this little package. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off all the little butts here, all these little butts. And then I'm going to counterclockwise spin my thread because that'll help when I go around. It wants to loop back. If I didn't do that, it would want to loop forward, and I can't catch it. Wax my thread again. And just put it right there. You see how it'll loop back and catch. If I had it the other way, watch, every time I try to loop, you see what it does? It always wants to go away from the eye. If you do that, towards the eye instead of away from the material, that way it'll grab on right away. Okay, little trick. Again, back to the bend and then go under it and over and under it and over at least twice. I go 2 to 3 times. And then I want about the length of the body past. So I'll just tear that off. Don't cut it, tear it. Nothing in nature is 90 degrees. Okay. So now I tie on my Scudback from Hens. This is my my favorite material. I love this stuff for scuds and the Stillwater Nymph and boatmen, and it's such a good material. Just going to give that a counterclockwise spin so it grabs properly. And I'm just lifting up just to see where my tie-in point was at the tail there. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this out of my way on the side. Just so you guys know, I use just a little magnetic little thing like this on my vise to hold my material out of the way. You can get them from Loon Outdoors and others, but these dollar store. I bought, I think, 6 for $2. So, okay. So, next I'm going to take my wax and really give it a good wax again. And I'm going to take my other thread that I have on a bobbin, and I'm going to tie that in nice and tight, and then just put that out of the way. Excuse me. Now a little bit more wax again. As you can tell, frog in my throat. Sorry about that. I'll try to edit that out. I like using wax, especially in these. You don't want these to fall apart, right? So now I'm just going to take some of that dubbing. I had Hare Dubbing Plus. And if you guys have watched any of my last 100 videos, I love this dubbing. It's probably my favorite dubbing in the world. It's just so soft, and it dubs on so easy, and it's got that little bit of sparkle in it just for, it's a very natural looking dubbing, but that little bit of sparkle, just ever so little bit of sparkle, right? Just to help get the fish's attraction. Okay. So now I'm going to take, oh yeah, that's one thing I forgot to mention. I'm using some whiting hackle. This one is a dyed Coachman brown, but you can use like an orange if you've got orange, an orange grizzly. I have an orange grizzly, but just not small enough. None of the feathers that are left are small enough after tying a gazillion pumpkin heads with it. So again, I wax my thread, I expose my core, tie that in nice and tight, just fold all that material back. And again, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to hit it with a lighter at the end. I'm just going to give it a quick little whip finish, just so it's there. Okay, another quick little whip finish. I just wanted to make sure that was nice and tight. A quick whip finish and get rid of this thread. Okay, so now I'm going to take my other thread that's sitting at the back here, and I'm just going to shorten it up because I had it really long. All right, and it's just going to sit there, and then I'm going to give it 1, 2 turns, and then I'm going to open and go back 3, 4, 5 turns maximum, and then I'm going to take this thread and go right at the back and then come forward with it. Make sure all this material is facing back. Just build a little bit of a head there. Get rid of your feather, and then this will just come right over top like so, and then you just tie it off. Now, you could, if you wanted to, have left that nano silk on and then used some wire instead for the hackle, and then gone right over top of the whole thing, right? Or even put some wire on now and go over top to give it that segmentation look. I don't find that it's needed for this fly. If this was supposed to be a scud, I would definitely do that. This is just more of an attractor type nymph. So just going to build a little bit of a head here. Cut that off. Get my lighter. Make sure all that material's out of the way that I don't want melted, and then just hit that real quickly. Okay, and there's your finished bug. Now I could put a dab of UV resin just across the back, right? But it will make it a little heavier, and it might have a tendency of wanting to ride that way then, okay? So I like it just like it is. Yes, it doesn't last, absolutely does not last as long. You might get 3 or 4 fish, depending on the fish you're going for. If you're going for tigers or browns, I'll probably rip this apart quicker. And then I would definitely put some UV resin on it. But as it is, I like it like this. Sometimes I'll also add a little bit of just one little strand of flash in the back, just some green flash or some white clear flash or pearl. But I like this one to stay fairly natural. The only sparkle I want is coming out of that, right? So, righty. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, fairly simple fly with some technical difficulties. Especially with that hackle, wrapping that hackle back and then coming forward with your thread and stuff. So if you're a beginner, just be patient. Otherwise, you guys know what you're doing. Alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you subscribe, thank you. If you have not, please consider doing so. And we'll see you guys on the next tying video. Tie lines.